Dear colleagues, thanks for giving me this chance to take 5 minutes of your time in the retreat and share with you some ideas from Bratislava and from where I sit. I think that cross-practice is a wonderful supplement to our current practice approach, and I think it's justified and needed because many of the problems we have to solve now, they don't have very clear, very obvious answers, and we need to find more than just our local government response or our early recovery response. I think we need to add a twist so our partners can see that we're innovating and that we're trying to learn. Cross-practice is exactly this. Turning to substance, there are a few ideas that I will share with you. They are known, but I'd like to emphasize them and maybe give them my own flavor, as if I was with you in person. The first one is that we need to rapidly move forward on the agenda of building capacity for disaster risk management and also for early recovery. I know work is underway, and it is a very good cross-practice area where we have all the elements of success. That is, we have a donor, in this case DFID, that is very interested in the work. We have theoretical work done together between, in this case, BCPR and BDP. And then we have pilot countries in more than one region where these principle gets applied right away, and we're trying to move forward together and doing something very practical. Another practice area where, or practice areas, where cross-practice is coming in and very nicely and very importantly, this is when we look at BCPR's concept of a disaster risk reduction and what comes with climate change adaptation and also resilience. It is trying to compare methods, it is trying to harmonize methods, but also to bring in new instruments such as insurance and get that to work for people in crisis countries, but also people in LDCs and MIC countries. There are vulnerable groups elsewhere, everywhere, and these kind of combine thinking of disaster risk reduction and bringing in the climate dimension, I think is innovative. I think we're on the forefront of things, and this is very much needed. A third area is good old aid management, linking the current aid effectiveness practice back to the need that you have when we have just responded to a disaster, the donors are coming in, aid coordination is always an issue, and then it spills from aid coordination to become aid management. And I think a closer collaboration here between BCPR and BDP in a kind of cross-practice way would give a better results and maybe give new tools that country officers can use as they experience this situation here. The fourth and final area in substance is a continued commitment to measuring and understanding the MDGs as they play out in the continuum from a disaster to an early recovery and then into development and sometimes unfortunately back. I think that there is some room for understanding how do we measure MDG impact of disasters. Do we think that it is a fluke? Do we think that it's a temporary thing? Or do we start understanding more profoundly what does it mean when a disaster has struck? How do we think about the MDGs? And how can we get a better continuity across? I wouldn't have done my job if I didn't want to encourage you also to discuss explicitly the current search mechanism. I think close collaboration between BCPR and BDP, who are the two functional bureaus that hold by far the largest group of experts. I think that make sure that we have the right people integrated in the search mechanism. Let us make sure that those who are on the roster, that they have also received the excellent training that I know BCPR is organizing 2 or 3 times a year. I think I'm getting close to my 5 minutes, and I wish you the absolute best continued retreat from here, from a sunny but cold Bratislava.